What's good, everybody? Welcome into Coach and Company, your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. We are here on Stadium every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you miss any of the show, you can catch us on demand at our BTT YouTube page. And while you're there, check out all the rest of our content. I am your boy, the Coach. And as you can see, we are no longer in the friendly confines this week. On the road doing the WM Phoenix Open. If you didn't catch us yesterday, brand new ESPN Bet show from 2 to 4 Eastern Time. Check us out on ESPN Plus. But as always, before we look forward, we must look back. And yesterday, not a bad day at the brand. Your boy went 2-1. I do that little bit of a flyer against Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler didn't have a great day, but it was enough to win. All right, that day's behind us. We now need to focus on today. And in addition to being the last day before the Super Bowl, we're not going to have a show on Sunday. You've got a life. My guys have a life as well, but we're damn sure going to watch it. But there's a lot of other content. There's a lot of other sports that are going on. So I want to bring in the guys right now. We have no time to waste. And today we are going 5 wide. Look at this. What an embarrassment of riches. Soupy is here. Big Chuck is here. My man, Big Tommy C is here. But Raphael, I got to start with you because overnight, this all materialized in real time. So last night, it came down to Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul, of all people, finalizing a fight. It would have been mega, mega, mega money. But in a turn of events, Turkey Ali Sheikh, the man from Saudi Arabia behind Riyadh season, said, oh no, Canelo does not fight an influencer. Ouch, Jake Paul. He's now going to fight Terrence Crawford, a brand new 4-fight deal. You were making odds for the first fight. How did this happen? And what did it do to the odds?
Yeah, my evening was very interesting when it was Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Oh, let's throw in some Canelo stuff because it just blew up that I can't believe he was going to fight May 3rd at the Sphere. I was hearing that he was going to fight Jake Paul and made him Canelo 2,800 favorite. Jake Paul was plus 1,200. Sent you the odds. You're like, is this really happening? I'm like, the deal's almost closed, almost done. And then I guess someone called Canelo maybe up in Saudi and say, hey, you know what? I'll give you an extra 20 million if you sign this 4-fight deal. And now he's supposed to fight May 3rd in Saudi Arabia. That'll be Canelo's first fight out of the United States and Mexico. While we're fighting Saudi Arabia, no opponent has been met. And then it leads up to a September fight in Vegas at the T-Mobile against Terrence Crawford, which now Canelo is a minus 210 over Terrence Crawford if they fight in September.
Big if, but the deal is done. And Soupy, let me come over to you because you're a big combat sports guy. And a lot of people don't like the fact that Turkey Ali Sheikh just throws money at everything and they bring all the fights to Saudi Arabia. But I look at it as at least there's a guy that wants to put the best fights, the biggest fights, and the fact that, oh, this fighter's with that promoter, can't fight this guy over here with that promoter. I like this because finally we're going to see a fight that probably we should have seen 2 or 3 years ago with Canelo and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, this is the fight that we've been wanting to see for a while, and we're finally getting. It just kind of shows in this sport of boxing that money talks. But I do feel bad for Jake Paul because it finally would have been the first opponent, legitimate opponent, that didn't need an AARP card. But I don't know what's going to happen. I think we do need to have Jake Paul finally fight a legitimate fighter. I thought it was going to happen here. I was actually excited for this fight, but now we got to wait for another one.
Think about this, Charles. If you are Jake Paul, that was going to be, I mean, he made 40 million fighting Mike Tyson. Can you imagine what the payday would have been from Netflix if he would have fought Canelo Alvarez, the biggest name in legitimate boxing? Now, he might have got knocked out in the first round, but the paycheck would have been in the bank. If I'm Jake Paul, I am pissed this morning.
He could be pissed or thinking his lucky stars. And I wonder if they used that as leverage to get this deal done. Also, could have used the Jake Paul as leverage. For him, I think he'll find another payday. That would have been a nice fight. He, like I said, but I think he might be actually thinking himself he got out of that one.
It's interesting that you say using that leverage from Canelo. Tommy, you've been a part of the WWE for over 32 years. This is all about promotion, and you got to be able to sell. And now pay-per-views are different than they used to be. But this one, I'm assuming, will be either a pay-per-view or they're going to demand a big-time check from Netflix or Amazon Prime, something like that.
Well, it should be a pay-per-view, right? Because you got two of the best boxers out there today. Between I love Canelo. I think Crawford's a beast, and the Sheik is not stupid. They're going to make it a pay-per-view. They're going to make big money on it. I don't think Netflix has enough money. Well, they do have enough money, but I don't think they're going to put that much money out to secure that fight. And the pay-per-view, the money will go right out the window because I'd be one of the first ones to watch. I'm a huge Canelo fan. I like Crawford also, and nothing like a great boxing match to watch, and that will be a great boxing match.
And finally, maybe these fighters, guys, will realize it doesn't matter if you have a 0 next to your name or a 1 or a 2. It's about getting the biggest bag possible and giving us the biggest fights possible. That's what we used to have back in the 70s and the 80s, and the Haglers and the Hearns and the Sugar Ray Leonards. They didn't care about the 0. They cared about the zeros in their paycheck. So we'll keep an eye on this, of course, because this will have big time betting ramifications as we head towards May and then ultimately in September. All right, gentlemen, that is one of the big stories today. But we still have basketball. We still have soccer. We still have a lot of different sports before we get to the Super Bowl. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to talk Super Bowl, and we're going to get into some different bets that you can make that are serious. Then in about 30 minutes, we're talking the fun bets. I mean, Big Tommy C's been texting me all week about, Coach, the Gatorade collar, the Gatorade. Well, we're going to do that coming up in about 30 minutes. And then in about 45 minutes, we're going to do a very special Super Bowl edition of One Word. Today's all about the Chiefs and the Eagles. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. All right, guys, here we go. Now, we've got a lot of different picks today, and we always do several different soccer plays. So, Big Chuck, I want to start with you, and I want to kind of divide yours into two different sections. We got Bundesliga, we've got a game today, and a full slate tomorrow. Where are you headed?
Bundesliga doubler, since we have no EPL this weekend, we're going to go to the Bayern and the Werder Bremen match. I'm going to go with the first half over 1.75 full time, or first half goals, or the 1.5, depending on your juice tolerance. Bayern matches in the first half have produced 2 or more first half goals in 4 straight and 5 of their last 7. Moving to Saturday, Gladbach in Frankfurt, they come to town. I like Gladbach in this match. The Foles, they should come out hungry to start early, and they've actually scored a first half goal in 5 of their last 7. Give me the Gladbach first half team total over half a goal.
Tommy, serious question. What is your juice tolerance today? I mean, I don't know if it's orange, apple.
I'm not going to tell you yet until you ask me that question about.
All right, we'll get back to Charles in a second. He has 3 more plays from the weekend. Big Tommy, let me come over to you because I got to be honest with you. I'm so super proud of you because you're really starting to get into this and look at things from a handicapper's perspective. Part of the reason you're on the show is you always bring us the fan perspective. But last night, you looked at the Rockets game. You looked at the Rockets over. You had legitimate reasons why. So I can't wait to see what you're bringing to the table today. What do you got?
All right, I'm betting on the Super Bowl here, Coach. I'm taking your Chiefs in the money line minus 120. I actually think it's going to be a really close game, but I think your Chiefs are going to pull it out only because I think they have the better coach and Reid preparing for a game for 2 weeks, and Spagnuolo is just going to put them over there. My second one is I'm taking the 2 beasts on defense, Chris Jones and Jalen Carter. Chris Jones sacks 1 plus minus 129, and Jalen Carter 1 plus plus 127. These 2 guys need to be stopped in this game in order for them, Jalen Hurts and for Pat Mahomes, to get over in this game. Jones is a beast. Somehow he always finds a way to get in there, and Jalen Carter up the middle. The dude is a stud athlete, and man, I feel sorry for that center going up against him. He's going to come right up the middle every time, and Mahomes better be ready for them. That's what I'm picking this week.
You know why I like these so much, Tommy, is you got 2 quarterbacks here that love to hold the ball absolutely as long as they possibly can because they both run the football. So normally, especially for Mahomes, that leads to at least 1 or 2 sacks a game. So I think this is a really good look by you. Big Soupy, coming up in about 25 minutes, we've got prize picks coming from you. But these are your best bets right now. Where are you headed, sir?
I'm looking at the Thunder. They're going against the Raptors. Thunder have scored 140 points in 2 of the last 3 games, and now they're getting check home run grab. That is just going to be that's going to be great to watch. And the Raptors, well, they just gave up 138 points to the Grizzlies. So I'm taking a bet that they've already hit against the Raptors over 124-point team total. And then I'm taking the Stars, the Kings, the Stars, 68% under percentage, most in the league. The Stars are at 65%, which is the fourth most. And they do it because they both have great defenses. They are top five in shots on goal allowed, rebounds allowed, and unblocked shots allowed. It's going to be a close defensive game, so I'm going to take the under 5.5.
New better or a new NBA better, I want you to take a look at what Soupy did right there. When you got a team like the Thunder where the spreads start to get so high that you can't give 12, 13, 14 points, do what he just did. The Raptors defense is merely a suggestion at this point. So you play the team total plus Soupy. I think that they're really going to start to try to chase history. Their head coach put SGA back in the game up 25 the other night just so he could get to 50 points. He's got 3 50-point games in the last 7, so maybe look at his point total tonight as well. Do you like that look?
Yeah, I do. Just SGA, he is a clear MVP. I think it's minus 700 at some books right now. He's just playing out of his mind. Check Holmgren coming back is going to help him a lot, but I still think SGA is that top scoring option.
God, they're the number one team without Chet. What are they going to do when this dude comes back? He's an absolute legit beast inside, and he can shoot the rock as well. Soupy, thank you very much. All right, Big Chuck coming back to you. We got 3 more plays to get to. What do you got?
Sunday, we had to get a little Serie. Also, we have some Napoli at Udinese. This is our auto play of the week, the both teams to score. Believe it or not, we're getting plus money, and this is cashed in 6 straight and 9 of their last 10 meetings. And then we wrap it up in France, League One. Angers, Marseille, who love to play on the road. They actually average 2.5 team goals away from home. So give me Marseille first half team total over half a goal, and Marseille team total over 1.5. I think they score at least 2 away from home again.
Who Udinese is playing. I just want them to be bet on so that you can say it on the show every single week. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. All right, Raphael, me and you, we've got about 3 minutes to get our plays in. I'm going to go first. I've got 2 plays from round 2 today at the WN Phoenix Open. You can find these on DraftKings. Make sure it's Mountain Time, so get these in. Sepp Straka minus 130 over Maverick McNeely. Straka had another good start to the tournament yesterday. He's the number 1 player right now in the FedEx Cup rankings. He's already won this year as well in the desert, so he likes playing in the desert. Then Justin Thomas, highly motivated. This one's juicy. Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. Minus 160, but it's a gut because Corey Connors has not been playing good golf. And Corey Connors is not going to beat Justin Thomas, who shot a 5 under 66 yesterday. So 2 plays, afternoon wave today at the Phoenix Open. I'll be on the call on ESPN Plus, our bet show 2 to 4 Eastern time. All right, Raphael, the floor from the Super Bowl is yours. What do you got today?
The Justin Thomas play you have minus $2 in some books, so grabbing minus 160 is a pretty nice deal for 40 cents. But we're going to the desert as well for the NBA. Probably the team that probably has the worst locker room right now, the Phoenix Suns, for all the trade rumors and back and forth. We're going to do a Suns team total over 119.5, laying the 3 nickels. Not because the Suns are playing good, not because their offense, because the Utah Jazz defense stinks right now. The last 10 games, they're giving up 122 points a game. If you want to get your locker room back into strays, play the Utah Jazz. You have a great time putting a lot of buckets in a hole. So play Utah. Give me Suns team total over 119.5. And then, of course, I had to do a Super Bowl prop bet. I've been doing them season like forever, and I have to grade the Super Bowl prop bets after the game. So that's just even worse. But I'm going to take both teams to score 1 rushing TD minus 140. Both teams are going to establish the run. Both teams are going to run the ball in the end zone. I think both quarterbacks can probably rush the ball in the end zone. So I like both teams to score 1 rushing touchdown. I'll lay the juice minus 140.
I got to ask you this because we tease you a lot. You're such an important part of what we do here at Coaching Company. But over 2,000 bets, what has this experience been like? About 30 seconds, as opposed to other Super Bowls you've covered and had to make odds for.
Oh, probably about 2,000 extra prop bets this year than I've normally done. So I'm trying to figure out how many times I have to watch the game to finish grading all these props. I usually average 2 to 3 times rewatching the game to add to grade all the prop bets.
Wow, 2 to 3 times. I will ask you one simple question at home, and feel free to do it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to do the work? Hell no. He's our numbers guy for a reason. Raphael, thank you very much. Now, We're just getting started here on Coach and Company. Still to come. As I mentioned, we're diving deeper into the Super Bowl. Where do my guys fall? It's Friday. You have a lot of time to change your mind, but now we're getting down to 48 hours. Also, there's some fun bets out there that you can talk about, whether it's the national anthem, the Gatorade collar, how many times they're going to show the president as opposed to Taylor Swift. We're doing that. And then also a special one-word edition. We're just getting started. It's Coaching Company. Where else but right here on Stadium. Welcome back, everybody, to Coaching Company on a glorious Friday, the last Friday before the Super Bowl. It's been 2 weeks, but damn it feels like it's been 2 months. But finally, in the Big Easy, we're going to get after it on Sunday. We will have no show on Sunday. I'm calling the WM Phoenix Open. A lot of people have things to do, so this will be your last picks from us on the Super Bowl. But I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that are doing it, so enjoy them. There's a lot of good content out there. And even fans are weighing in now, so it's really, really cool. All right, so let's get into kind of the serious aspect of this particular game. And at DraftKings, they have 2 different same-game parlays that are just options that you can just play. So I thought it might be cool to bring them up on the screen, and then you guys choose, if you had to, because it has money lines, it has team totals, it has total touchdowns, 3 bets that people absolutely love to make. And when it's only 1.5, there's a lot of money lines. Tommy's already on the Chiefs as the best bet. So, Raphael, I want to start with you. Chiefs or Eagles on the SGP? Which one, if you had to, would you lean into?
Oh, my favorite P word, parlay. You know I have to go against you, coach. You have the stupid hat on right now. Give me the Eagles at plus 168. Eagles money line. I do like the over 23.5 total points for the Eagles. If you like that, give me the over 2.5 team touchdowns as well. So I'm taking the Eagles.
I like the Chiefs. I think they're going to win this game. I just looked at it. I think they're just the better team. I think they could get to 27. I could see this being a 27-20 game and over 2.5 touchdowns. I think that's going to happen with Marquise Brown's going to get one, Travis Kelce. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to run one in.
I also like the Chiefs, and the way it correlates for me is if it's going to be a higher scoring, that means that's going to benefit the Chiefs in this one, and I see them getting at least 27 or more, 3 touchdowns easily, and I like that Mahomes rushing touchdown also. I think we're going to look out for that one, some good plus money.
Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs also. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think they can do all 3 here. I think the score is going to be close. I think it's going to be like 27-24. Let's face it, the Eagles got the number 1 defense. But man, the Chiefs and Andy Reid, those guys can do amazing things. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm trying to take my fandom out of it, but let's be honest. There's no way in hell you're going to hear the Eagles come out of these glorious lips this morning. But just looking at it, I thought the score is going to be 27-21. That's why I'm not leading into the total, because right now it's been hovering around 48 or 49. But if they're going to get to 27 points, they've got to have at least 3 touchdowns to do it. They're not going to kick a bunch of field goals. And their team total is over 24.5. So to me, even if I wasn't a Chiefs fan, that's exactly where I would go, because I think they're going to need all 3 of those things in order to cash and win their 3rd straight Super Bowl. Chuck, real quick, let me come back to you, because you mentioned the rushing touchdown for Mahomes. You and I talked earlier in the week, and I also believe that if Andy Reid is going to put this thing in history and make it 3 in a row, he's got to say, Patrick, you've got to do it. This is your game. Is that why you think that Mahomes and his rushing number, I don't even know where it is today. Earlier this week, we played it at 29.5, that he will use his legs and his arm?
Still 29.5. I love it. I think that this Eagles defense is going to take away the running back core. It's going to allow pretty much Mahomes to turn into running back 1. Xavier Worthy also. But yeah, I love Mahomes to get loose in this one. I definitely think he uses his legs. The only thing I worry about is if they are winning, he does the kneel downs. Other than that, I think that he's going to be extremely effective using his legs on Super Bowl Sunday.
And maybe because of that, we lean into the rush attempts, perhaps. If people may like that because of the kneel downs. As we all know, they count as rush attempts. Speaking of getting off, Soupy, Saquon, there is a bet at DraftKings that you can make. And normally, in a big game or a game with high level defenses, you would never make this bet. But the fact that they have it and what he's done in the playoffs, I'm actually leaning into it a little bit. So I'm going to throw this at you. What would you think about Saquon Barkley, longest rush at 50 plus, is plus 350 at DraftKings. Normally, you're talking 18, 19 yards. They have a 50-plus bet you can make. What would you do?
I would put a little sprinkle on it because, yeah, the Chiefs, great run defense, but Saquon Barkley is having an unreal season. We saw in the NFC Championship game him breaking out his first carry for 60 yards. It could easily happen. So I'll put a little sprinkle on it.
See, I like that. Raphael, let me come over to you because they put these bets out there. We know, so we are suckers. So we bet it. So when you see a bet like this, what is your thoughts from the perspective you always bring?
There's no value in this. Yes, it's plus 350, but if there was any other running back that had this proposition, it's probably close to 7-1 to 8-1. But it's Barkley, and that's why it's plus 350. So if you look at past Super Bowls and past of this prop bet, they're 7-8-1 for a 50-yard rush. So to me, there's no value. I can't believe I'm saying that. At plus 350, there's no value.
That is crazy. Big Tommy, from the fan perspective, and this is what sports books, this is what they hope that a fan will be out there and they'll look at a number, they go, oh, damn, I can get that. And then they realize that after you make the bet, how difficult it is. But because of the flashy touchdowns that he has had in the playoffs, I think this might be one of the most popular bets that DraftKings has for the entire Super Bowl.
I totally agree with you, coach, because of that offensive line. Each one of those guys are like 6'6", 330. They're the number one offensive line in the NFL. You got those guys coming at you all day, every day, hitting you. Saquon's bound to break one, and look when he does, man, he just goes. He goes for 60 yards, 50. So I think the fans like that. They know they have the number one offensive line. Those guys hit hard, and I think people will throw a little sprinkle on that, like Soupy said.
You're watching Coach and Bro. We are here every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Stadium. You can find us on Amazon Prime, on DirecTV, on YouTube TV, on Roku TV as well. We presented as always by DeemerBox at DeemerBox.com or Mando. Go shop Mando.com. Use the promo code EXPLODES, and I'm going to give you $5 off. That's 40% off your starter pack. I brought my starter pack here to the hotel with me. You never know when you're going to need Mando. I'm telling you right now, you just never know. Now, Big Chuck, there's also other names that blindly, when you get to the Super Bowl, because we know that there's fans out there that won't bet the entire season, and all of a sudden they're a genius when it comes to the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce is not, and this hurts my heart. He is not the player that he used to be, and in the championship game, I think he had 2 catches, 19 yards. There is a bet at DraftKings that you can make at plus 450, 87 plus receiving yards, and at least one touchdown. Would you make that bet?
I'm going to have to pass on that one, Coach, man. I like the touchdown, but I think they're going to try to contain him. So that's why we'll see the likes of Worthy and Juju kind of breaking out. I think they're going to try to focus on Kelce because he had a big Super Bowl in 57. He really went off in that one. So I think they learned their lesson with him. They're going to try to take him away. I could even look at the under on his actual receiving yards. May even see some receptions, maybe some short passes. But the touchdown I do like because getting him around the goal line, I would look at the touchdown. But as far as pairing them together, I'll have to pass.
Subi, why do you think that the Kelce numbers have still been where they are when clearly, whether it's a defensive thing or a just lost a step thing, he's not having the production that he's had in playoffs past?
I think they're kind of looking at what he has done this year when, a lot of the receivers are hurt. But Hollywood Brown is in the game. DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy. That's why I also think this is going to be a lower number. But I think they're kind of going with the past production of this year.
And Raphael, Xavier Worthy, when we had him 2 days ago, was 55.5. I think Hollywood Brown, 41.5 when it comes to their receiving yards. So this number, again, it feels kind of like the Saquon bet. Do you agree? 87 plus, and he's got to score a touchdown. But that plus 450, fans are going to lean into this thing.
Yeah, anything over on Travis Kelce, and if he scores a touchdown, the books take a beating because everyone's betting that, which I don't understand. I like the under. Yeah, he had a great Super Bowl the last time these two teams, but he was younger back then. He didn't get younger going into this game, so I like all the under bets on Kelce. I do see him maybe scoring a touchdown so he can blow a kiss to his maybe soon-to-be fiance. Who knows? I hope not because we get crushed on that prop bet as well, but I think he scores a touchdown.
Tommy, do you know Do you know that Raphael sent in a play for us that you can bet on Travis Kelce? What is it, Raphael? The heart thing
Oh yeah.
at plus 1,000, or blowing the kiss at like plus 800? I mean, what are we doing, Tommy? Are we going hearts? Are we going kisses? Are we going emojis? What are we doing?
If that happens, coach, I will puke. Are you kidding me? I here seriously, I think the Eagles are going to really key on Kelsey. The really good thing about the Eagles is they have really good linebackers. That Bohm guy, he is a really good player. I think they're going to key on Kelsey. They're not going to let Kelsey beat him. I think the other guys have to beat him, and they're going to key on Kelsey because they know Mahomes loves to go to Kelsey. They're not going to let Kelsey beat them in this game.
See, that's the thing. And with Nick Sirianni, he's a very passionate coach, but Charles, sometimes he's a coach that you can kind of get him a little bit. Do you think that their game plan will be, because we've seen Andy Reid, absolute genius. He'll go to anybody if it means it's an open guy. And if the Eagles behind closed doors are saying, "Man, we still got to stop Travis Kelce," there may be making some moves and making some plays for Worthy, for Brown, for Hopkins, for the other weapons.
I know they're going to try to key on Kelsey. They don't want to get burned by him. They know that once he gets going, it's hard to stop him. That's why I do like the Worthies and the Jujus. Also, I love the Xavier Worthy coming out of the backfield. Look for him for those jet sweeps also on the rushing attempts. So, yeah, love the others in this one. I definitely think they key on Kelsey.
Who else is here for Charles saying Juju as much as possible on Coaching Company? Oh my God, do I love that! Holy goodness, do I love that! Raphael, we only have about 30 seconds left, so as we lean in and people have 48 hours, a lot of people wait until the day of. What would be your last serious advice for people betting the Super Bowl?
Get your bets in early. Last year, 4 books, including BetMGM and DraftKings, had computer issues on Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of things were freezing and you couldn't get your bets in. Get your bets in because we're talking about computers, people. Everything freezes, goes offline. Get your bets in early.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be a crazy Sunday. A crazy Sunday. There's college basketball, there's a few NBA games, there's a lot of cross-sport bets that you can make. We're going to tackle one coming up in just a couple of minutes, but there's a lot out there. So have some fun. You don't have to bet a bunch of money, but just find something in the Duke game. Find something in the Super Bowl. Those are fun to root for both. So when we come back on the other side, we're diving in some really serious business. I mean, what is the color of the Gatorade that Andy Reid is going to have poured over his glorious head? Yes, I said Andy Reid. We discuss that next. Having a great time on a Friday. It is Coaching Company, and we are only on Stadia. Welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company on a beautiful Friday, the last Friday, thankfully, before the Super Bowl. It's felt like 2 months, not just 2 weeks. Now, you can find our show on Stadium every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you don't catch us live, you can catch us on demand. Also, at our BTT YouTube page. While you're there, check out all of our other pro wrestling, combat sports. We've got it all at BTT. Now, we also love ourselves a little prize picks, and there's only one man that can do it justice. And when his arch nemesis, King Lettuce, is not here, he has the stage all to himself. So let's bring in my man Soupy right now. Soupy, I know you've dug deep. More, less, demons, gremlins. We love prize picks. Where are you headed today?
I'm starting with Hollywood Brown, and I'm starting with the demon pick. More than 4.5 receptions. Vic Fangio's defense, they like the too high safety. He wants to prevent those explosive plays. Brown, it's been a lot of underneath and quick outs. In fact, 8 of his targets this year are 9 yards and under compared to 5 between 10 and 19 and 6 over 20. So give me that more than 4.5 receptions. I'm going to another receiver, Devonta Smith. He plays a lot of the slot receiver position, and I think that's going to be the position where that they could get the Eagles can sort of exploit. And he has 107 receiving yards per game against the Chiefs. That is the most for any receiver with a minimum of 3 games. I think Hurts is going to get a lot of pressure. I think he's going to need a quick throw, and I think that's where Smith comes in. And then Patrick Mahomes, he loves to run in the playoffs. I don't know why, but I think when he wants to find those yards, he's going to find those yards. Give me the more than 30.5 rushing yards. He's done this in 2 straight Super Bowls, 4 of the last 7 playoff games. And I also like the more than 5.5 rush attempts. He's done that in 4 straight playoff games. So that's a little bonus for you there.
Hashtag stay on your toes play for the rush attempts at over 4.5. Let's bring the other guys in real quick. Get a little reaction on those plays. Big Chuck, who do you think is going to be more important in this game? Devontae Smith or Hollywood Brown? Because we have plays on both of them, courtesy of my man Soupy.
Love the Slim Reaper. I think he goes off in this one. He loves playing the chefs. He averaged 110 a game the last 2 and 6.5 receiving yards. Yeah, love Devontae in this spot.
Raphael, Hollywood has only been back for a couple of weeks, but Andy Reid has not been bashful at all about using him. And when you have a number that's north of 40 and you're like the number 3 guy, that tells me the books think that Hollywood Brown could be a vital part come Sunday.
Yeah, we've seen him being targeted, especially last week against Buffalo, or not 2 weeks ago against Buffalo. So I think he's going to be targeted a lot. And I do like Smith as well. I think both of those 2 guys are going to have really big games.
Tommy, what about you? You like Devontae Smith? Because A.J. Brown could be kind of like Travis Kelce, that they say, we got to stop this guy. He always has the biggest number. But Devontae, man, he's quick and he's not scared to go over the middle.
I like Devontae Smith also. He likes to go over the middle. He's quick. I think you're right. They're going to key on A.J. Brown. It's just like Kelce. They don't want A.J. Brown beating him. I think Devontae could have a really big game here if they're going to stay in this game.
All right. I encourage all of you at home, be very careful. There's a lot of bets out there. Hopefully you've watched us for the last 2 weeks and you understand where you need to go, but be very, very, very careful with what you do with the Super Bowl. Now, there are over 2,000 bets that you can make on the Super Bowl. My man Raphael has not slept in 8 days since he got to the Big Easy. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to be, because we switched guys up on the screen a little bit, we're going to go Raphael, Tommy, Chuck, Soupy, then me, just like we are on here, okay? And these are some very, very serious bets, guys. And when I talk about top shelf analysis, I want you to bring your absolute very best. So, with that being said, topic number 1, the national anthem. And I know what you're thinking. How long is it going to be? That's not the question. The question is, Raphael, who will be shown first during the national anthem? Standing there, stoic, maybe a tear coming down one cheek, just looking and thinking about the job ahead. Will it be Andy Reid at -150 or Nick Sirianni at +115? Go.
I like the juice on this one because I like some orange juice right now because I'm tired. Give me the -150 because he's been shown back-to-back Super Bowls. So why not be the 3-peats? Back-to-back Super Bowls. He's been shown first in the national anthem. I'll take your guy to win this prop at -150.
Yeah, I gotta go with I gotta go Raphael here, man. It's gonna be Andy Reid all day, every day. They're gonna show him first. They know this is one of the biggest games of the year for him. They know history could be made. They're showing Andy Reid first.
I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go with old Sirianni, see if he comes to a tier with that national anthem again with that +115. I like that spot.
I got to piggyback Charles. That was the exact same thing I was thinking. Last Super Bowl, he had that tier coming down. I think they're going to show him first to see if he does again.
The only time that Nick Sirianni is going to be crying is at the end of the game when he loses it yet again. Of course, I'm going Andy Reid. I put myself in the production meetings, and every single production meeting, guys are saying, guys, we cannot show Andy Reid and the Chiefs enough. And you best believe that number 15 and number 87 are going to be standing right next to Andy Reid for the national anthem. So there may be another prop bet you can make, but best believe at -150, oh, it's just free money. Big boys. Let's go, Nick Sirianni. I'll get you your tissues for after said game. All right. Now, number 2. And Tommy has been blowing me up all week on this one. I don't know why Tommy likes this bet, but he's just like, Coach, I got to talk about this. Okay. So, the Gatorade. When it's poured over Andy Reid's head at the end of the game, what color is it going to be? So, Raphael, here are the choices. Look at producer, man. Are you kidding me right now? How great is that? Purple, +150. Yellow, green, lime, plus 225. Orange, plus 400. Blue, plus 700. Red, pink, plus 700. Go off the board. Clear and water, plus 900. Boring. Raphael, where are we going?
That'd be great if they dumped a hurricane over the winning head coach. But purple opened up at 4-1 when the Chiefs were still playing the Bills. 4-1. The last two Super Bowls the Chiefs won, purple was the winner. So I can't believe you could have got 4-1. I'll take the plus 150 purple, but keep an eye out for orange at 4-1 if the Eagles win.
I like red. And the reason why I like red, because I think the Chiefs are going to win. They're going to make the Gatorade red. It's going to go over Andy Reid's head. It's all a work, Coach, as we say in the WWE business, red.
If you like the Chiefs like I do, you have to go with the purple. That's been their color of choice. I can't believe it opened at 4-1 down to plus 150, but I'm still riding with it. It has a little bit of value left to it.
You might know this one. Maybe purple is Patrick Mahomes' favorite flavor. So if they've done it the last two Super Bowls, it's in all the tanks. Give me the purple.
Again, gentlemen, is Big Tommy the only one that listens to me? Think about production meetings. Think about what looks better in slow motion when it's coming over the head and it's splashing against the red overcoat or over pullover. It's red at plus 700. That's not a sprinkle. That's a splash. Let's go. All right. Topic number 3. This one's very serious. And I guess, Raphael, on this one, you could have a push and get your money back. But the first TV ad during the game, will it be Little Caesars Pizza minus 115 or the headquarters that are about 5 miles from my house, Taco Bell minus 115? Raphael, I want to start with you, but also explain quickly how you came up with these two companies.
I saw the people who paid the money for $8 million to do these commercials. It was pretty easy to do that. But I was on Yahoo Finance yesterday and I said, the reason why we do commercial prop bets and all these crazy ones, so everybody could enjoy the Super Bowl. If you're not a football fan, you can just watch the commercials and maybe sprinkle something on that. Enjoy the game. Don't stress out on the game. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
I'm going to take Little Caesars because everybody likes pizza, right? I know Taco Bell is good, but when you go to anybody's house, pizza is the first thing everybody has. Pizza is going to be the first one, guys.
I have to go with Little Caesars Pizza. Yeah, I thought it was the Little Caesars Superdome at one point, but yeah, I love that Little Caesars to be the first one to appear for us.
Behind Halloween, pizza is the most popular food at the Super Bowl. They know everyone wants the pizza. Give me the pizza.
Do you guys know how many times I've gone over to Big Tommy's house for a party with the big screen TV, and then he built an extension on his house simply to watch games? I kid you not. Am I kidding, Tommy?
Nope,
you
you're not.
No?
Not at all. Yep.
And almost every time we went over there, what did we have? We had pizza, damn it. Little Caesars minus 115. All right, we got 90 seconds left for this last one. And you're going to have to think and do the math, and I know that's not any of your strong suits, okay? Biggest lead in the Super Bowl, minus 120, or Cooper Flagg's total rebounds and assists Sunday against Clemson. So if he has like 12 rebounds, 4 assists, the number would be 16. That's your example. All right, Raphael, which would you rather have, the biggest lead or Cooper Flagg?
I thought the number one draft pick in the NBA would be a sure thing, but he has struggled in back-to-back games, Cooper is. But I'm still going with Cooper. I like rebounds and assists over Clemson.
Yeah, I'm taking Cooper Flagg only because I think this Super Bowl is going to be really close, and I think Cooper can go off at any time, and I think it's going to be Cooper Flagg.
Make that 3 for Flagg. He averages 12, basically 12 rebounds and assists on the season. I don't think that we're going to get that much of a gap in this Super Bowl. So, yeah, I'm rolling with Mr. Flagg.
Clean sweep. I don't think their lead is going to be any more than 10, so I think Cooper Flagg goes over this.
I feel like you guys feel that maybe this was a sneaky, are we overthinking it spot? Because I agree with you guys. I don't think that the lead either way will go north of 7. That's why the number's at 1.5. So, I mean, unless Cooper Flagg sprains his ankle and just can't play the rest of the game, this one is an absolute lock on Cooper Flagg's rebounds and assists. Once again, Raphael, thank you for all those numbers. Are you kidding me? The amount of content you provided for us this week, next freaking level, brother. Next freaking level. Now, there are kind of a lot of storylines that we are sinking our teeth into, that the broadcast for Fox will sink their teeth into. So when we come back, we're going to play a very special one word edition of Super Bowl topics. Oh, we're coming to the end of a week. It's week number 2. It's been an absolutely glorious first 10 days here on Stadium, but we're just getting started. Also, we'll close the show as we always do with a little inside info that could help you heading into the weekend. There's only one, and I got the best damn company in the business. It's Coach and Company right here, only on Stadium. Welcome back. We are winding down to the end of the week here on Coach and Company, only on Stadium every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, you can find us on demand at our YouTube page. We're all over Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Roku TV. Come and find us, and thank you so very, very much. Now, as we get towards the Super Bowl, it's all anybody can talk about. It's all anybody can talk about. But I want to make it very simple. So it's time to play one word Super Bowl style. Okay, guys, here we go. We've got a few topics, and we don't have a lot of time to get to them. So, Raphael, I'm going to start with you, and then we piggyback all the way through. Let's start with Andy Reid has a chance to beat his former team that he became a legend of a coach with. One word to describe Andy Reid if he's able to do it again and beat his whole Eagles in the process.
Hamburger. Because if he wins, I want to know where he's going to go get a hamburger because I'm hungry right now. So my one word with him is hamburger.
My one word is incredible. This guy is some coach to bring a team back 3 times to the Super Bowl when this year was supposed to be an off year, and they what? Won how many games? Incredible.
Legendary. I think this is going to put him in that legendary status of one of the best coaches to ever be in the NFL.
Redemption. Even though he's beat them once, to come back and beat them again after the way he was dismissed out of Philly, truly a redemption story.
Circle, as in this is a full circle moment, guys. This is a guy that, remember, he couldn't get the job done. His game management was atrocious. They said he couldn't coach in the big games. And all he's done is come to Kansas City and get it done over and over and over. This will be a full circle moment if Andy Reid can get it done. Soupy, you just used the word legendary. Well, Patrick Mahomes, number 15, he's already there. But there's a chance to do something this weekend that's never been done before, going all the way back to 1966. No human being, no quarterback has done this, and that's win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Raphael, one word to describe Patrick Mahomes if he gets the job done.
Pretty easy. Close. Because he'd be close to being the GOAT of the NFL. Tom Brady right now is a GOAT, but if you win back to back to back and keep on winning, close to be the GOAT of the NFL.
I'm going to say ridiculous because this guy does ridiculous things on the field. He will do anything to win the game. He'll throw the ball behind his back. He'll run. He'll do this. He'll do that. Ridiculous on how this guy plays on this field.
Go. I would put him in this GOAT status because he did something that Tom Brady, Joe Montana, John Elway have never done, and that's win 3 straight Super Bowls.
I'm just going to say Brady because that'll be 4. He'll only be 3 behind. He'll be really closing the gap on him. So give me Brady for that one, Mr. Mahomes.
And he's still in his 20s. My one word is special. Sometimes, guys, certain athletes come around in our lifetime that you just sit back and you watch. You say, man, this guy is special. He is different. And Patrick Mahomes is right up there with the Michael Jordans, the Tom Bradys, the Kobe Bryants, those type of players that when he shows up, man, he only shows up in the biggest games. He doesn't know anything else. It's special. Now, this last one, very, very serious. Very serious. The city of New Orleans. Your city, Big Chuck. They are preparing themselves for the post-game situation. They've gone so far as to grease up the poles around the Super Bowl. Raphael, one word to describe the city of New Orleans greasing up poles to play defense against the fans.
One word, laughing, because my neighbor actually cleaned up the pole that's in front of my house because it got greased up. So I was laughing when my wife told me that he went up there with a ladder to clean the poles because he thought someone just did it in front of our house. So laughing.
I'm going to say crazy. Can you imagine working for the city of New Orleans and say, hey, guys, you know what we're doing today? We're greasing the poles. What? That's incredible. Crazy.
Mardi Gras-esque, because why aren't they doing this for Mardi Gras too? I feel like Mardi Gras is going to be more crazier than after the Super Bowl, because how many Philly fans are really at that Super Bowl?
Typical. If you're from Louisiana, you just expect stuff like this. Just typical.
My man, Chuck. I'm gonna go appropriate. The last time, well, not the last time, but there was a time in New Orleans where your boy was taken out of the Hyatt, which is attached to the Superdome, because I had a little too much fun down there at Pat O'Brien's. So this is just appropriate because the city has literally seen anything and everything, including your boy in an ambulance to the hospital. But as always, I kicked out. All right. We literally have less than 5 minutes left in the show. I can't believe we have arrived at this. We've got a lot of best bets. We don't have a lot of time to do them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to lock it in. Okay, this is where we have 10 seconds and one or two nuggets, and I've got to be very serious with the time. Big Chuck, I'm going to start with you. I need all 5 plays together, sir. Go.
Bundesliga action. Now, the first match, it goes off on Friday. This is Bayern Munich and Werder Bremen. We're going to go with the first half over 1.75 or over 1.5 first half goals. Saturday, we move to Gladbach in Frankfurt. I like Gladbach in this match. I think they get off to a strong start. Gladbach first half. Team total over a half a goal. On the Sunday, a little Serie Napoli and Udinese, the both teams to score. This is cashed in 6 straight and 9 of their last 10. And lastly, League One in France, Marseille. Team total over half a goal in the first half and team total over 1.5 for the full match.
Absolutely glorious take from my man, Big Chuck. Tommy, coming over to you. What do you got, big boy?
I got the Chiefs money line minus 120, and I got Sacks, Jones, and Carter 1+. I got Jones at plus 129 and Carter at plus 127. Two beasts, great game. I can't wait to see this game.
To do is get their hands on Hurts or Mahomes one time, and you catch that ticket. Soupy, coming to you.
Thunder team total over 124.5. They hit 129 against the Raptors the last time. Raptors just gave up 138 points to Memphis, and Chet Holmgren is coming back. And give me Stars, Kings under 5.5. 2 incredible defenses, both top 5 in under percentage.
Everybody to forget about the WN Phoenix Open. These are afternoon wave tee times, but you can still get in some early ones, but they start around, this time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. But these two are in the afternoon. Sepp Straka, he's number 1 in the FedEx Cup rankings. He's already won in the desert. This is a desert course, minus 130 over Maverick McNeely. And then Justin Thomas, juicy, but he's motivated. He shot a 66 yesterday. I think he backs it up again today. So minus 160 over Corey Connors, who has not even had his B game so far in 2025. Raphael, bring us home.
We're going to Suns team total over 119.5 minus 3 nickels because the Utah Jazz defense sucks. Checks in the mail, Z-Man, for using your word. The defense sucks. 119.5 for the Suns team total. And then give me the Super Bowl. Both teams to score 1+ rushing touchdowns, minus 140. I think the running backs and the quarterbacks are all going to be running into the end zone.
And every show with a little inside info that might help you lead to a cashed bet. What is it today, Raphael?
We're going through, man. Andy Reid is 34-7 straight up and 26-15 against the spread in games when his team has an extra week off of rest.
Absolutely love it. Can we give a shout out real quick, guys, to producer man for all of these graphics, getting them done in real time? Absolutely, Tommy. It's amazing. This is when you're talking about remote shows, and I'm being dead serious, not just because it's ours. This is the best visually and content-wise, and the stuff that he gets done by himself is absolutely next level. 10 seconds, gentlemen. Final thoughts, final reactions heading into a Super Bowl that we could see history. Raphael, go.
I use one word. Finally. Finally, it's almost over for me. That's my one word. Finally.
Tommy.
Yeah, I'm looking for a great game. It's going to be a close game. I can't wait for the game to happen. We've waited much too long. Let's get it on.
Soupy.
Patrick Mahomes, 8-0 against Vic Fangio defenses. Take that into consideration.
Big Chuck.
Just know that we have not seen these lines move yet. A lot of the money's going to come in over the weekend. If you like the Eagles now, you better grab them because they may be favorites come kickoff.
Guys, I love you so much. We're just getting started. Man, it feels so good here at Coaching Company. I need that one shot. Thank you, producer man. And understand this. It's time to get down and it's time to get ready. There's only one thing left to do. And damn it, I believe you know what that is. Super Bowl style. Oh, you got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight. Oh, yeah. Sawgrass is over here to the pay window for my entire company. Damn it, do I love them all. My man, Big Chuck, my numbers guy, Raphael, doing yeoman's work, Prize Picks with Big Subi, and Big Tommy C. And never forget about producer man behind the scenes, always making the show look like $1,000,000. Grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here on Stadium. Go Chiefs.